Hi, friends. Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Marina Shepelsky. I'm an attorney in New York, but we have clients in all the 50 states, and we work with people all over the United States. And today's video is just to talk about the immigration news this week and just to catch you up on what's going on in the world of immigration. Um, I'm doing it I'm doing it on two cameras, one for Facebook and Instagram, and one for YouTube. Wait, so this camera is for Instagram, and the other camera is for YouTube and Facebook because I'm trying to do it at the same time on several streams and still avoiding buying a new cell phone, which I might have to just do soon. So just to tell you a little bit about myself while you guys are joining. Hi, Jacob. Um, I'm an immigration attorney and I've been practicing for 20 years. And so much has been happening in the world of immigration that I've been doing these lives every week and catching you guys up about what's happening. And as you know, when we had a change in presidents and we went from Trump to Biden, a lot started to change in the world of immigration law. And generally, we see a lightening of the burden on immigrants. It's getting better. Things are getting better for immigrants, and laws are trying to become more humane. And actually, that brings us to what's been happening this week. And I'm just going to go right on to my, I prepared some stuff for you guys, and I just wanted to go over it. And also to answer some of your questions. I'm planning to do this live for about 40 minutes. And then I have another live on the Russian channel. If any of you want to do the Russian one, it's at 12 o'clock on my other Instagram account, which is called Marina Advocatessa. Marina Advocatessa. Если вы говорите по-русски и вам легче информацию получать на русском языке, присоединяйтесь в 12 часов по нью-йоркскому времени на моем другом аккаунте на Инстаграме, который называется Марина Адвокатесса. Марина Адвокатесса. Все, сейчас поехали. Let's go with the English version of the immigration news so I don't get even further confused than I already am. So the most recent thing that happened, first of all, VAWA got better and easier. And I've done a couple of videos here on TikTok, so you guys should check us out, and on YouTube. But basically, VAWA used to be about proving that you were married to a U.S. citizen, that you were a or a green card holder, and you have good moral character, and you have to show through paperwork that you lived with this person during the marriage. Since it's so difficult for people who are in abusive situations to really have any paperwork, and we're always struggling with our clients to get the marriage paperwork together, they're now saying you can even include paperwork from before you were married to prove the marriage for VAWA. So that's a new thing that just happened as a rule for VAWA. So anybody who's in a bad marriage, you're still undocumented, you still don't have a work permit or a green card, or even if you have an old deportation and you entered without a visa or anything like that, but you are now married to a U.S. citizen or green card holder, maybe it's not for long, but you were living with them for a while. You have proofs, paperwork that you lived with them for a while. And somebody's asking to be in my live on Instagram. I'm going to give it a try. I've never done that before here, so I'm going to try. I did it on TikTok last time. Who's this? You know what? I don't know who this person is, so I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm just going to do my own, okay? I'm just going to do my own video. Okay, so that was news number one. VAWA just got easier and better, and we can now file for VAWA even with proofs from before you were married, or really at any time, or even if you're separated or divorced. So if you were living with a person and you have proof of any time living with them, you can do that now for VAWA. So that's number one. Number two, the thing that also changed is they posted now the procedure for expediting your, application. If it's a work permit and you are, for example, a healthcare worker, an essential worker, you can now expedite, and they now posted exact directions how to do it step by step. You call here, then you email here, and all that. So if you have a really serious problem going on, or you're a healthcare worker, or something urgent or emergency happening in your life, and you've been waiting for your work permit or your removal of conditions or even VAWA for a super long time, you can make an official request to expedite your case, and they now will consider it. And I've seen now people, even in the comments on my YouTube channel, receiving good results from that. So if you do have an emergency health situation, or you yourself are an essential worker and you need a work permit and they've been delaying you for months now, anything like that is wonderful to prove. If you have paperwork and then you submit it, they will expedite. So that was my other news item that I wanted to discuss for today. Another thing that's unusual, and I wanted to talk about a little bit, is that USCIS said that they're asking people in the third employment green card category. And we're talking about people who've been waiting for a green card through work for years, right? If you're in the third category, to ask them to bump you up and upgrade you, of course, if you're eligible, to category 2 or 1 even. 2 is non-citizens in professions with advanced degrees or exceptional abilities. Like if you have a master's, or you have some sort of exceptional, outstanding skill that no one else has. Or even the first category, like the national interest waiver or priority worker. Those two top categories have an unusually a lot of visas available this year, because they actually took some family visas that they didn't use up, and they threw them into these employment categories to stimulate the job market. Because as you guys probably heard, in the United States right now, there's a huge labor shortage, which we are actually experiencing in our own office, because we can't find people to help with our phones. We're getting so many phone calls and we're so grateful. We just don't have enough people right now to answer the phones. And we post it everywhere, and we're having a hard time finding somebody who's great on the phone, who likes talking to people and can schedule people for appointments and take payments and all that online on the phone. So we're experiencing the labor shortage in our own firm right now, and the United States has 11 million jobs available. So to stimulate people to come in and fill these jobs from outside, they did increase the amount of visas for green card category for employment on top. So they want the best minds. So if you're already in the process, you can now request for them to upgrade you and speed up your case if you've been waiting for a long time for work green card, employment green cards, okay? Daniel, hello. Imrahula, hello. I'm waving to some people. Hi. My Russian team is also joining us. Since I'm working from home today, I decided to do a little Instagram live on my English channel, even the Russian one right after this. So those of you who are more comfy in Russian, join me at 12 and you'll get the same pretty much information. But also in Russian, I will be answering to Russian language questions about immigration law, which I'm also going to do here, because I already see a lot of questions on YouTube coming in. All right, so moving on with news. We got a lot going on this week, so I'm still talking about news here. I discussed the VAWA, that is better for VAWA. I discussed the upgrades for employment green cards. Now, this is huge. On February 17th, they proposed a new fair and humane public charge rule. What does that even mean? It's like a bunch of words that when you put them together and you string them in the string, they don't mean anything to regular people. So, okay, let me explain. Public charge rule is a law that says if you're joining with family members, you're filing petitions to have your mom or your dad or your sister or your brother or your children from overseas coming here, you need to be able to support them. And you have to show that you can do an affidavit of support as the sponsor and meet the sponsorship requirements. So the reason is because they want to avoid a situation where your relative beneficiary is going to come here and become what's called a public charge, like the taxpayer's responsibility. They don't want that. They don't want the US taxpayers to pay for your relatives that you're bringing here, right? That's called the public charge rule. Now, under Trump, they made this much harder. There was a special form that the beneficiary, the person coming or the person filing for the green card, had to fill out to prove they never got food stamps, they never got Medicaid, they never got these benefits, they never got these benefits, they never had employment or tax problems or credit problems or anything like that. So once Trump was gone, that was gone, obviously. And now they're trying to make the public charge rule even better. They're trying to tell the public, well, I'm saying trying because right now it's a proposed rule. It's a suggested rule. And if not too many people object to this, which we'll see what happens because the Republicans in this country will probably object to this. The official version will come out in the coming days. But basically, they're going to tell you that if your relative is coming here or they're already in the United States and they have to have Medicaid, which is free medical or subsidized medical insurance from the city or the state, which is subsidized by the federal government, or they needed food stamps, something for a short period of time, that will be okay now. That will not be a problem and will not cause a reason that the relative will be denied. However, it's still going to be a problem. It's going to continue to be a problem if they got SSI, if they had long-term Medicaid, like for nursing home or rehab care, or if they got cash assistance, like welfare. They were getting every month money from the government. Those things are still not allowed, but just regular Medicaid or food stamps or food assistance, or like sometimes they give supplemental stuff for babies, for for poor families, for low income families, that's going to be just fine. So I'm just saying hello to some of my loyal followers here. Idiot Ajala says good morning, and I can't even tell you her beautiful African headdress. Unfortunately, I don't know what country you're from. If you let me know, Idiot, I will be happy to tell people. I can't even tell. She's wearing this beautiful orange head wrap with like a thing. Oh, it's gorgeous. Love it. I love hats, but I never wear them. I don't know how to wear anything on my head. But anyway, Giwa Hakim is asking me on YouTube, latest on Dignity Amnesty Plan. There's really no news. Everybody's dying to know about the amnesty plan, including myself. But there's nothing happening right now with the amnesty plan. And we'll see what happens. Timothy Joseph on YouTube has a question. He says, I have an asylum pending case in court since 2018. Now my wife is trying to come and visit with a visiting visa. Can it be a problem for me in my case in court? Absolutely not. But it's very likely that if she tells the truth, and she has to tell the truth to the consular officer, the U.S. consulate officer, that you are in the United States, you're trying to get a green card or asylum, they might not even let her in. That's just how it works. Depot's Guy Dash says, hello. Hi, how are you? Good morning, beautiful Marina says, the same gentleman who asked about the asylum case. Thank you so much. I dressed up just for you. For you, my viewers, not just for Joseph. Thunderbolt says, hello. What if USCIS sent an RFE about VAWA? RFE is a request for more paperwork, for more evidence. And you don't have any more proofs of marriage to prove that the marriage was real. What to do? Also, can they deny an advance parole and work permit if there's not enough proof? Let's break this down. So anybody who files for VAWA, we see a lot of these cases in my practice. We do a lot of VAWA stuff, right? Men especially. So thank you for writing this, because this seems like a man is writing this. And men, just like women, file for abusive benefits. Somebody who's abused can get a green card, even if it's a man. RFE is a request for evidence. So VAWA unit reads what you send them and says, hey, we need more. Send us more proofs that your marriage was real. And this guy says, I don't have enough. I don't have any more proofs. What do I do? First of all, you can get more witness letters. Okay. Even if you don't have more like bank statements or pictures, maybe your friends or relatives, even your family back in your home country, can write a letter, a witness letter, saying that they saw you together as a couple. They witnessed that you were really married. They spoke to your wife maybe on Skype or WhatsApp video or whatever, right? So they have knowledge to show that you were indeed married. Get 3 or 4 more letters. That works. Try to think of maybe you've traveled places and maybe your family has pictures of you two as a couple that you don't even know about. Ask your family to help you, and there might be more. So that's part one of this question. Part two, what if they deny the case? Of course, if this VAWA case gets denied, the green card case you filed based on this VAWA that lets you have the advanced parole and work permit will get denied. But what we do if something like that happens, we either appeal or refile. And Chrissy 0202, who's wearing a mask and looks like she's an essential worker, says, ha ha ha, good morning, good morning. Let me see if anybody else is asking anything on Instagram. Doesn't look like it. Thank you for everybody watching. Okay, let's see what else is going on in the world of USCIS and immigration. Now, many of you heard that Russia basically declared a war on my home country, Ukraine. I'm super upset about it. And in connection with this, the U.S. Embassy and consulates from Kiev, from the capital of Ukraine, have been evacuated. The U.S. workers left, and the consulate in Kiev is not working right now. And we don't know when it will be working. And for anybody that has cases in Ukraine, and since we speak Russian and Ukrainian, we do have many of these cases in our practice. Right now, we're not sure what USCIS and the National Visa Center, basically what the Department of State will be doing with these cases. For example, when the Russian embassy in Moscow shut down, they have eventually declared saying, we are sending all those cases to Warsaw, to Poland. And they even assigned new case numbers, and those cases will be now interviewed in Poland. Ukraine, nothing has been said so far, so we're still waiting to see. However, if your family has a right to live anywhere in Europe, you can request that NVC, National Visa Center, will forward your case to that country, okay? And you can ask your attorney or email to the NVC people yourself to send those cases to the country that you pick other than Ukraine, because Ukraine and Russia are out. There's no real U.S. consulate stuff going on there. Poland took over for Russia, and we're yet to see who's going to take over for Ukraine. And Joseph says, thanks so much for your help as always. And he sends me a lot of hearts. Oh, by the way, I was in Miami last week on vacation with my children, although it's arguable if going somewhere with your kids is a real vacation. But my mom was with me, so she let me have a good time and do karaoke twice. I did karaoke, and I had a great time. We went to the beach. It was a little cold, but I missed Valentine's Day with you guys. So happy belated Valentine's Day to all those who celebrate. I don't put any religious meaning into it. Believe me, we are all different religions and backgrounds here. Who cares? I just want to wish all of you love and understanding in your life, and may you all have love in all the corners of your life. Happy belated Valentine's Day. I forgot about Valentine's Day. Sorry. Now, somebody on YouTube, Bhavin Patel, is asking me, I filed VAWA under Section C9 on August 1, 2021. When will I get a work permit? So he filed for VAWA and green card and work permit all in the same packet in August 2021, and he is worried that he still doesn't have his green card. And the answer, I'm sorry, not green card, work permit. So right now, this depends where you live, of course. But in our practice, seeing like the New York East Coast area, anything going on with Vermont, because VAWA goes to the Vermont Service Center. Those work permits are taking anywhere between 9 to 11, even 12 months from when you filed. So if you filed in August, maybe in early summer, get your work permit. And by the way, maybe you also filed the advance parole. They're probably going to come at the same time then. Maragoli history, I don't know who that is, but I'm happy to see them here. It asks on YouTube, if they don't renew prima facie, does that mean denials? Not at all. Sometimes they forget to renew prima facie. Sometimes we have to write them a letter for our clients to request that they renew the prima facie. And then the next part of this question, what is the prima facie, by the way? So when you file the VAWA application initially, the first time you file, if you included proof of the marriage, even like a marriage certificate, if you included a police clearance and you included some basic paperwork like your passport copy and birth certificate and proof that your spouse is a citizen or green card holder, you will get a prima facie approval. It's not a real approval. It's like a preliminary approval. Why do they give these letters? People take these letters and they use them to receive food stamps, to receive special housing for domestic violence victims and stuff like that. So this letter is super important. It doesn't mean that ultimately your case will be approved or denied. So the fact that you didn't receive a new one, which every year they should send, really, doesn't mean that you're going to get denied. It just means they forgot, and your lawyer should request the renewal, a new prima facie approval. Prima facie is probably in Latin. Now, she says that especially that this no prima facie thing happened after she responded to request for evidence and nothing has happened for over a year. Again, it doesn't mean anything. They're taking super long right now to process VAWAs and to process these abuse cases, and everybody's waiting. I just had a poor guy. After 4 years, he was finally approved. We wrote everywhere. We wrote to the ombudsman office, USCIS liaison, the special lawyer hotline email that we can use for VAWA unit. I mean, we called, we wrote everywhere, and it still took them 4 years, but he finally got approved for VAWA. Still going to take another 8 months for a 10-year green card for him. Abdul Hai says, thank you so much, sends me some pretty flowers, and wants to know about the Build Back Better Act. Unfortunately, nothing is happening right now with Build Back Better Act. Okay, Daniel says, President Vladimir Putin declared 2 regions in Donbass region independent, then ordered in troops. That is correct, but that's considered like a declaration of war. So that is why the U.S. consulate stopped functioning completely in Kiev, Ukraine, because they're going to surround Kiev very soon. Kiev is where I was born. It's the capital of Ukraine. I'm from Kiev. So they're going to surround a very beautiful, very small, peaceful city with Russian troops. I don't know what they want. Hugo on YouTube says, hi, good morning. I received my prima facie last year, and it probably could take up to 3 years to receive an update on my VAWA case. But I would like to know if I qualify for a work permit. I am a systems engineer. You should have filed with your VAWA a green card application, I-485. And with that, you should qualify for a work permit and advance parole. Now, there could be a reason why your lawyer didn't do it. For example, if you have like an old deportation, maybe they didn't do it. They decided to do this first. If you'd like, you can call us for a consultation. Our phone number is on the bottom here. And, oh, I forgot to turn on my banner. here it is. But anyway, it's on the bottom of the screen. You can give us a call and we will talk to you about filing for a green card. If you could, if you're eligible, why not? Edmund says, good morning. My case says your I-485 case is ready to be interviewed, and we'll send you a notice for an interview date. But how do you think I will get my interview date? Okay. Everybody wants to know when they're going to get scheduled for an interview, when they're going to get approved. It's hard to say. It depends where you live. New York field office is very backed up right now for interviews. So your case could be sitting there ready to be interviewed for a year. It's hard to say for me where your I-485 is going to be or when. So I don't know. It might take some more months, really. Ali says, I'm divorced more than 2 years. Am I still eligible for VAWA? Please guide me. Thank you. Unfortunately, if you're divorced over 2 years, you are not any longer eligible for VAWA. Bavine says, what is a prima facie? Help us. So I just explained a prima facie approval is just a letter from USCIS that you have the basics they need to, in the future, approve your case. And people use that letter to get food stamps, Medicaid, sometimes subsidized housing, go to a homeless shelter, all kinds of things that victims of domestic violence use. Hugo says he does not have a deportation. In that case, you should file the I-485 green card, work permit, and advance parole. Give us a call. The phone number's on the bottom. We can talk about filing that. DK says, I'm done for my marriage green card from you. Is there any to fear for? I'm in Columbus, Ohio. They're probably still processing your case. They're reviewing everything like your background, your fingerprints. They're delayed. I know because of COVID, they can't see as many people as usually they can see or they used to see before COVID. So because of that, unfortunately, you might still have to wait, but it doesn't mean that you should be worried or afraid. So that's not at all what that means. It just means that they're taking their sweet time with your case. I think on this note, that's all the questions I have on YouTube. I don't have, I see Gurakashi says, hi, can I apply for VAWA if I don't have much documents? You probably could. And as I mentioned, maybe we could supplement the marriage part with witness letters from family and friends or neighbors or coworkers. And for abuse, we always refer people to speak to a great psychologist or a psychiatrist. They do an evaluation, and that helps with the abuse part. So give us a call. Phone number 718-769-6352 in my bio, and we can probably help you with your VAWA case. Last question from Thunderbolt, and it says, if USCIS approved advance parole, how many times can I travel to my home country, for example? Thank you, Marina. Advance parole. This is not really meant for you like to become a traveler around the world. It's usually just for a few trips, okay? So if you're going to go to your home country, okay. If you're going to go for 1 or 2 trips somewhere, okay. It is not meant for you to like dash around Europe and just travel, okay? I'm just letting you know so that you can avoid these problems coming back through the airport and you don't want them to turn you away, okay? Last one from Bella. She says, I got my I-130 approved and they just canceled my master calendar hearing in court in New York. Well, I don't know why it got canceled, but I can tell you that because they just changed all the court hearings and immigration court to remote, they're moving a lot of people around, and it's likely that your court hearing will just be rescheduled. It's not really related to the I-130 being approved, believe me. It's just because right now they're rescheduling everyone, moving people around because they're changing to remote, hearing system, and they're behind. They're very delayed with everything. Is an admissible person apply for VAWA? Abdul is asking. Yes, if you're inadmissible, you still can apply for VAWA. And Joseph says, thanks, Marina, again for your help from us all. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time. And I'll probably see you Friday again. So stick around if you're on YouTube or Facebook. On Friday, we'll see you again. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bella, I don't know how long it's going to take for your hearing to be rescheduled. Keep checking by Googling automated immigration court and putting in your alien number so you don't miss your hearing. Bye, everyone. Take care. See you soon.